Hello my friends and fellow VEDSies. There are many VEDS traditions, and I have several of my own personal traditions, many of which surround the first week of videos. The last in that lineup of opening VEDS video traditions, the life update where I fill you in on everything that happened between the last two Septembers. I say as if I, finished up last September. I had every intention of completing VEDS is the thing. I knew I wasn't going to complete VEDS on time. I was flying to Germany for a wedding. I knew I wasn't going to be able to keep up with all of the filming and editing and having everything ready ahead of time to be able to do that, especially in the last week. But I really thought that I was gonna do it, If I had known I wasn't going to complete VEDS, I would not have edited one of my videos on one of my connecting flights and did my best to upload it in the Philadelphia airport, and I certainly would not have asked Caleb to do that electric company video. Although I'm so glad I did, because that was a delight and I am still so grateful for it. I only had to do the 28th, the 29th, and the 30th. I thought for sure that I could make the 28th out of footage from my travels and come up with something in October once I was back. What I didn't account for, of course, was that post-VEDS depression and post-travel depression plus post-going to Europe and then coming back to the States plus post getting to see some of my favorite people in the world in person for the first time, all merged together into a pretty nasty funk. And well and truly a funk. Most of the year was dedicated to scraping by with the mental health while trying to work through the physical health stuff, because the insurance was still being a bitch about covering my jaw replacement surgery, and I still needed to prove that I am in fact disabled enough to deserve to be okay. Hi, where are you going? Oh, hi, are you just gonna sit right here in frame? Do you want to move out of frame? No, you want to be more in frame. Can you sit down at least? Come on, go down. Go, just, here. There, that's better. I got to visit friends and family in Omaha, of all places, right before Christmas, and that was helping. And then promptly got canceled out because 4 days after Christmas I fell through a flight of stairs at my mom's house and was stuck in the basement for 3 hours, and we had to call the fire department. It's a long story. Understandably, that made things a lot more complicated. I was in physical therapy a lot because I was struggling to walk, because I still have the bruise on my leg from the fall. And that was, on top of everything else. So it's probably not a surprise that my depression got worse around my birthday. I was feeling very alone and very anonymous. I was trying to improve and control the things that I could, but there weren't that many things I could control or change. And then having it be not just my birthday, but my 25th birthday really spurred on the existential crises. So what changed? Because my friends and fellow VEDSies know that things have gotten better, and I haven't cried during this video, which is a good sign for the rest of you that things have in fact improved. Everything changed in late April. You see, the insurance company is not actually in charge of our insurance. They are what's considered an administrator, and the company my dad works for basically pays them to take care of things for them, but the company ends up paying for everything. They just have all the paperwork done by this insurance company. And so all the doctor's appointments, all the imaging and driving practically into Pennsylvania to get a sleep study done ended up being worth it because the company decided to override the insurance company and approve my surgery. It was actually kind of funny because my friend David, who you may remember from editing my ABBA reaction video a few years back, had texted me that day asking if there had been any progress. And within a couple hours, I got massive progress. It was thrilling. It was quite possibly the best news of my entire life, but it was also really stressful because we had to go from 0 to 100. You know, we got the news in late April and the surgery was in mid-May. It was very quick. And it's a huge surgery. Like, this is not some little wisdom tooth removal. This is a full-ass double joint replacement. It was complicated and it was going to suck. And so getting into the headspace and getting everyone into the headspace and getting all the supplies and information in such a short period of time was quite an ordeal. Luckily, my surgeon, Dr. Crushy, is fantastic at what he does, and so my process was essentially the best case scenario for this surgery. Unfortunately, that still really fucking sucked. Like, I'm not gonna go into detail here, but if anyone ever tells you to go on a liquid diet to lose weight, punch them in the face and run. It is not worth it. They do not care about you. Yeah, I wish I could say I've done something really cool and interesting since, but it has been a lot of follow-ups and a lot of physical therapy and a lot of just getting used to this, because there's the obvious, there's the joints, and then there's the slightly less obvious, but you still could probably figure it out on your own, of like the nerves and muscles that got cut into and figuring out what to do with all of those. And then there's the weird stuff that no one would think about, like my sinuses. Like, the flow of my sinuses is different, and I am infinitely runnier now, which is so gross in TMI, and I might edit that out, but like, it's so weird and random, but it's just a thing that's happening. And you know what? I can eat again. I officially, as of the 20th, no longer have a restricted diet. I've eaten more apples in the past couple weeks than I had in the past 5 years before that, and that's really cool. And so now it's just moving forward, figuring out what I'm gonna do, who I'm gonna be, what I like. I mean, with the food stuff, I mean, this started happening when I was 11. You're still, you have your kid taste buds at 11. You still think broccoli is icky and all those other things. Like, I have no idea what I like. And so I'm just trying to figure out who I am now and who I want to be. No small tasks. You know, the job that I'm currently in has served me well the past almost 2 years now, and it's been helpful in a lot of ways, but it was never meant to be permanent. So now I'm trying to figure out what to do next, where to go next, if it's job, if it's grad school, if it's Maggie getting back into the frame again because she loves attention. And all the while, slowly but surely, emphasis on the slowly more than the surely, working through my novel. Last VEDS, I was still in the process of saving up for my developmental edit. I got that. I got that back on Christmas Eve, actually, and it was super helpful, and I have spent the past nearly a year now working on the new draft based off of those edits, and I'm really happy with everything I have so far, and I'd like to get it done within the year so I could theoretically get it out to betas, but I know that might be a bit too ambitious considering where I am in it currently. But yeah, I'm in a weird place, but I don't think it's a bad one, and that's kind of unusual for the beginning of a VEDS, so I'll take it. And with that, my friends and fellow VEDSies, I'll see you tomorrow.